Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of How to Punish. Today we'll be looking at Frost. Frost is an interesting character. She came back after quite a long gap. I can't even remember the last game that she was in, potentially Armageddon. She's been redesigned massively in this game. She's got like a cyber aesthetic, so she's taken the place of like Sector and Cyrax. Widely considered to be one of the worst characters in the game. She has a lot of issues, mostly revolving around hitboxes and gaps in her strings, as well as her hit confirms outside of a couple of moves being a bit weak. Hey Nathan, how's it going, man? Yeah, Armageddon. Yeah, I thought it was Armageddon. But she is a really cool character, so it's a bit of a shame. But she does have some things that if you're not aware of, she can punish you. So yeah, we'll start from the beginning as always. We'll just go through her normal moves, and then we're only going to do, so she's got two, obviously like every character she's got two specs, but we're not going to do both specs because so there's Frostbite and Ice Machine. Actually, I'm not even sure which one is the right one. Hold on, I think it's Ice Machine. Let me double check that. Is it? Because one of them has the head and the overhead scythe thingy, and one of them is the actual one with the. Okay, so yeah, so today we're just gonna do Ice Machine. We're not gonna do Frostbite because Frostbite never gets played. So we'll do Ice Machine. So we'll start from the beginning. Do her normal moves. See, she's so underutilized. I couldn't even remember what the name of her variations were. So we've got standing one. Hold on, let me stick this guy on block so we can see the frame data. So standing one, 7 frames, 0 on block. It's not bad. Back one, -16. I mean, this is another thing. She's very minus after a lot of her strings, but back one is -16. That is, if they ever just do that to you, I mean, it pushes you back a little bit, but you can definitely get a punish on that. Down one is 9 frames, which is a bit, I mean, the range of it is pretty far, as you can see. Oops, didn't mean to shoot out the shield. The range of the down one isn't bad, but 9 frames, it's very slow comparatively for a down one. Because she doesn't really have many good low pokes. I think just this one really, but which is down for, which we'll get to. But yeah, 9 frame down one. It is -6 on block, so it is safe. But yeah, you're not going to get much advantage after that. Standing 2, high, 13 frames, -1. Back 2. This is one of her best moves. Be wary of this one because this has mad range. You can see this is her best hit confirm. So if you see a Frost trying to get you from this range. And funnily enough, the next move that we're going to talk about is the other move she's going to do from this range. If you see Frost trying to do from this range, they're going to use back 2 very similarly to how Scorpions and Sub-Zeros are going to try and use their back ones and whiff punish you, because she can go into her full combo from there. So be very wary of that. And it is safe with -4. So it's got 19 frames. It's a bit of a long start up, but if she's whiff punishing you, she can probably confirm into it quite easy because this is definitely her best hit confirm. And then her second normal, which is really powerful comparatively, is this one, which is also 19 frames, and it's quite fast, as you can see. Covers a large distance, so if she can definitely whiff punish you. I mean, look how far away it goes. It's in fact almost its whole screen, because if you see, it travels a distance and then it travels a little bit further. Bloody hell, it's almost full screen. Yeah, so and that's actually safe on block. It is a high, so if you get the read, you can duck it. But it is safe on block as well, and it does push her back a little bit. So be careful if you think she can frame trap you if you go for a long start up move after you block this. So remember, from this range, you're looking to block back 2, which you can hit confirm, which is 19 frames, which is a mid, so you can't duck it. This you can duck, but it is quite fast and it's quite tricky to react to. So it's more of a read thing, and she can get you from miles away. So be careful of back 1 and forward 2. Then you've got down 2, which is an uppercut. Standing 3, which is a high, 11 frames. So I mean that's quite good for standing 3, 2 hits. But again, it's a high, so and she doesn't really get anything from it. So You can duck that. Back 3 is her low starter, which is 16 frames, which is minus 13. So that's super punishable if she just goes for that and you block it. But this is one of her main low starters. Down 3. According to Video Games Yo, this down 3, 8 frame start up. So this is probably her best poke from this far away. It's actually, according to him, one of the best anti-airs in the game. I've not seen it because I've not seen many Frosts use it, but he's one of the best players in the world. So if he says that this is one of the best anti-airs in the game, then it's probably one of the best anti-airs in the game. So be careful when you're jumping in on Frost, because I guess we can test it. Let's have a little testy poo, shall we? Record. Oh no, wait, hold on. First. Oh no, yeah, no, it is. Well, you can low profile, but yeah, I mean, I guess the hitbox is really high, isn't it? So, yeah, I mean, I guess that is really good. If you can confirm off it too. That'd probably just be a jab. How close can you do this? Straight up low profile under it. Yeah, because I just tried to do standing 1. So yeah, down 3. Good, good anti-air. So watch when you're jumping in on Frost, because you can get clipped into a full combo. Go through it last round. She doesn't have many moves, but we'll go through all of them. Standing 4, 0 and block, which is also a high. So you see she's got a lot of high starters really, up outside of back 2 and down 3. Back 3, sorry. High, 14 frames, 0 on blocks, that's safe. This is her sweep, minus 6. Her sweep's got quite a long range. See, well, maybe that's a bit of a funny hitbox. You see it moves her forward slightly as well. Or maybe it doesn't, maybe it's just weird hitbox issues. But it is pretty far range for a down 4, so similar to Baraka and Shao Kahn, got to be careful of that. And then lastly, so this is the poke I was talking about before. This is her best poke, I guess, from range. Look how far away it is. I mean, it's 12 frames, so it's not going to be used as a check if you're up close, but if she thinks you're going to try and advance, or you're trying to duck the forward 2 from this far away, she can easily poke you with down 4 from this far away. Minus 9 is unsafe, but the range that she's poking you from, I think you'd be pretty hard pressed to punish that. So be very wary of. I mean, look how far away I'm getting him from. So yeah, just be careful of her poke. So that seems to be the key component that you need to be wary of, is that she can get you from long range with her poking options. Then we look at her combo. She's got a lot of strings, but not a lot of them are very useful, which seems to be potentially a running theme in these games. Sort of like Katana, she's got a million strings, but you're only going to use 2 or 3. So you got 1, 3, which is minus 5. This is probably her fastest startup punish into that. 1, 3, 2, which is actually plus 3 on block, but as I've mentioned previously, she does have a lot of gaps. So you can flawless block. Oh. See? So, big gap in between that, so be ready to flawless block if you think she's going to pull the trigger on the 2. Custom. Then you got 1, 3, 4. I don't think you can. This is minus 2, and the third hit is an overhead, so you have to block high. I don't think you can flawless block that, but let's just double check. Dang it. Been doing these kits for so long, man. I'm still bad with the menus. I don't think that has a gap, but let's try one more time. Oh, you can. You can flawless block both. Oops. Wow, how did that come out? So you can actually flawless block both her options. Hey, Papa Masha, welcome back, my man. How's it doing? How you doing, dude? How are you feeling after your week of looking after a million children? So yeah, as you can see, either of her options there, you can flawless block. This is an overhead, -2, which is safe, so you have to block it high, but you can flawless block it. So big gaps in her strings after her 1-3. You can't flawless block this, and it's safe. If she does either of these two options, you can flawless block in between. Back 1-2. This is really bad. So we saw back 1 was -16. Back 1-2 is -20 for some reason. Hey, Cryogenic, how's it going, my dude? You okay? Yeah, this is -20 on block. For some reason, I don't know why, but yeah, if she tries to hit confirm with this, with back 1-2, and she doesn't cancel it, usually they cancel into the blades, but yeah, you have to punish that if you can get it. So, and then she can finish it off with back 1-2-1, which is actually safe and pushes you back, but I'm not sure. Maybe you can flawless block that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, -20 is ridiculous on a normal string. God knows why they did that. Maybe you can't, at least you can't flawless. I don't think you can flawless block 1-2-1. Do you want one more time? Yeah. So at least you can't flawless block 1-2-1. But yeah, if she finishes the string early with back 1 or back 1-2, -16 and -20, you can punish the heck out of it. So then you got 2-2. 2-2-3 is a low. So 2-2 is +5 on block. So be careful about that, because that is a lot of plus frames. And she's got +2. She's got 2-2-3, which is a low, which is -8, which isn't safe, but that might be a bit tricky to punish you. And then you've got 2-2-4, which is -7, which is also unsafe. But I've got a funny feeling that you can flawless block that too. I know we keep going backwards and forwards, but I'd rather show you that you can flawless block it rather than me just tell you you can flawless block it. So just so you have the practical evidence of being able to do it. Or maybe you can't. I feel like you should be able to. Oh. Nope, you can't flawless block 2-2-4. So be careful of that, because that's +5. Let's see if you can flawless block the other one. I don't think that doesn't look like you can do that. Or did I just flawless block it? Thought I heard the noise. No, so you can't flawless block either of these strings. So be careful about that. If she starts to string off with 2-2, both of the options are darn it. Both of the options are unflawless blockable, and 2-2-4 is 2-2 is +5 on block. So yeah, just be careful of pressing buttons after that. And then we've got back 2-2, which we were talking about. -5, be very careful. So this is the follow-up from back 2. So this is her main whiff punish into a combo. And then you got back 2-2. So she has to commit to the 1-2 after. So you got back 2-2, 1-2, and this is -15 on block. So if it's an overhead, so you have to block it high, but it is -15, and I think you can flawless block the back 2-2. Yeah, you can. So if you think she's going to do back 2-2 from a range and she's not hit confirmed it, it's a bit tight to do, but yeah. So you can actually flawless block between the back 2-2. So if you're in that sort of range and she doesn't hit confirm the back 2-2, then, because I think we said that it was -5. Yes, it is actually safe. but you can flawless block it. So keep an eye out for that. You know, if she's in this sort of range, you block the first two and she goes into it, then be ready to flawless block the back two too. And as we said, the overhead ender is -15, so that's super punishable. And then she's got a few more strings. She's got 3, 4, 4, which she has to commit to, -5. And then 2, which is an overhead on the end, which is -8, which is also unsafe. So you have to block that last one. It's a bit of a tricky string to block if you're not ready for it. Low, low, high, low, low, mid. But she has to commit to the whole string if she wants to do the overhead. So just be careful, basically. 2 lows, -5, that's safe. But this is -8. So if you've got a 7 frame or 8 frame standing one, you should be able to punish it. Then you've got back 3, 2, which is her low starter. I'm pretty sure, -5. I'm pretty sure you can flawless block in between after the back 3 into the 2 and the back 3 into the down 1. So let's just have a quick look of both of those. So you see, now you're starting to understand, right, why she's not a very good character. Because every single one of her strings has massive gaps. I always have trouble with flawless. Yeah, did you see? I flawless blocked it. So another gap that you can flawless block. And then we'll try the last one. Maybe you can't. It's an overhead as well. No, so you can't flawless block the last bit, the down one. Oh, you can! Oh, lol. There you go. So, yeah, I mean, you can flawless block back the back 3, 2, and you can flawless block the back 3, 2, down 1 if you miss the opportunity to flawless block the back 3, 2. Oh, dude, I know. If you're watching this before the 13th of August, the only reason I've got Garrus here is because Nightwolf isn't out yet. Dude, 8 days. Is it 8 days or is it 7 days now? It's 7 days, dude. No, 8 days, you're right. Damn it, I keep thinking it's the 11th for some reason. But yeah, you can flawless block back 3, 2, and you can flawless block back 3, down 1. But if you just block this, if she finishes off the string, that's also unsafe with -16. So if she does do this, and you haven't flawless blocked it, pardon me, sorry, you still get a really easy punish. And then lastly, you have 4, 3, which is a high mid. It looks like 2 highs, but it's actually a high mid. And the mid is actually +3 on block, so be careful on that because she's actually at advantage after that, so she can frame trap you. Let's just do it just for completion's sake, seeing as we've checked every single other one of her strings. Let's see if you can flawless block this one. I don't think you can, but yeah, I don't think you can because it starts off as a high, so yeah, no, you can't flawless block that. Oh, it's got good. Hey, old school gamer, how's it going, my dude? Wonder if there'll be a balance patch. I honestly don't know. So someone in my chat, old school gamer in my chat, just asked, do we think there's going to be a balance patch with Nightwolf? I don't think so. As Papa Masha just said, they haven't advertised it, so I don't know. It's a weird one. It's a weird one with the patch, because you'd think that they would have done it by now if they were going to do it, or at least announced it, but potentially they can just drop it and be like, lol, here you go. So yeah, we can only wait and see. So yeah, that's all of her normal moves, and then she's got a few special moves. Her special moves are pretty decent. I mean, that's one area that she doesn't struggle with as much. So we'll go through them now quickly. So she's got Glacier Carving. This is a shield. So what this shield does is it absorbs a projectile. So you might see some Frosts go full screen, and then it can absorb a projectile. So she'll stick this out if you're trying to zone her out, and it actually absorbs, yeah, it absorbs one hit of a projectile. And if you do down one, if she amplifies it, which they rarely do, it goes even further. So yeah, be careful if you're trying to zone her out, because that will stop at least one projectile. Then she's got Core Discharge, which is this projectile move, which you can do from 3 different ranges. As you can see, she's +7. So as far as I'm aware, this doesn't work like a normal projectile. It's more like a corpse drop sort of thing. So she's got quite a strong zoning game, to be fair, and she can do it at 3 ranges: short, medium, or far. So yeah, be careful of that. Then she's got her best special move, in my opinion, is this one, Blade Spin, which is a little bit out of Elise's book from Tekken 7. So she spins around like this. It is a high, so you can duck it. However, it's -4 on block, so that's actually safe. And she can amplify it. See, and it does, as you can see, it does a lot of chip damage. Like 30 chip damage just from doing the amplified version. And you can't duck it if it's in a string. It works in a very similar way to Johnny Cage's energy balls. Even though it is a high special move, if she does it in a string, you can't duck it. The amplified one is -7, so it is unsafe should I press buttons afterwards. However, be very careful of when you actually stop blocking it, because it goes on for so long. I find that sometimes I just stop blocking it because I think it's done, and then I get hit with the last few bits. So you see I do back 1-2, which is super unsafe, or down 3, and then they'll hit confirm into this. So you know, you might go for a flawless block and get hit by the blade spin. So just be very careful. Cryo Stance is these little shurikens, ice shurikens she throws out. So what they'll do is they might do that with the shield, and then she can amplify it to fire another 6. You can, which I've seen Ninja Killer do. Obviously he's Ninja Killer, so I probably won't be able to do it, but you can actually jump between the first 2 and the next 4 if you're quick. Let's see if I can do it. No, but you can see you can duck the first 2. No, maybe Garrus's hitbox is too big. But you can, I have seen him do it. So you can duck the first 2 because they're high. But then, yeah, there you go. So I can't do it, but you can do it if you're a Ninja Killer. But yeah, she can amplify it, so be careful, because she does have quite a strong zoning game. So if you think she's going to do 2 and you duck and you're at close range, be careful, because as you've seen, it's tricky to jump out of, and the next 4 will hit you. And then finally she has this move, Cyberhead. Usually, I think this is mostly used, as you can see, it's an anti, as you can see, it's got quite a big vertical hitbox. It's actually safe on block as well, -4. And I think a lot of Frost like to use this as a combo extender, potentially in the corner. I mean, the hitbox isn't that bad. As you can see, it is a high, so you can duck it, but if you've got a big hitbox like Garrus, you can see that it can actually hit from quite far away. So be careful of that. I mean, you don't really see that just thrown out in neutral, but you know, they could if they you know, if you try and catch you pressing a button potentially, or. And then lastly, but no, not leastly, she has these moves. Oh yeah, we go over her crushing blows as well at the end. She doesn't have many crushing blows, but the ones that she does have are quite practical. You've got this lunge move, -16. As you can see, it goes from quite far away, and she can amplify it. This is her main combo ender mid-screen. So if she hits you with this, and she amplifies it, it takes you to the corner. So just be careful about that. If she amps it, she'll do something like, just for argument's sake, after a combo, and then just chuck you in the corner. So, but it is -16. So if she does it, if she drops the combo and it hits you while you're blocking, it is super punishable. So just be ready to punish that. And then Her last move is... Sorry, I was putting this on block, wasn't I? Her last move is Microburst. So this is her only combo extender, basically. And she only gets it when she amplifies it. So she can only amplify it on... I rescind that statement. So minus 16. So this is exactly the same as the Auger Lunge. So they might try and catch you out, maybe if you're trying to punish an unsafe string after a button. Or they might do something like down 3 into it if they think you're going to press a button after, you know, like the classic. They do down 1 and then a special move afterwards to catch you pressing down 1 back. But this is super punishable, and it is minus 16. If they just try and do it on you after like a down 3 or something to try and catch you out, then you can punish it. And there is a big gap as well in between the amplification version. But yeah, just quickly look over her crushing blows as well. So she's got crushing blows on this. And this. I think. And her throw. Oh, she's got on each of her throws. That's cool. I didn't know that. So these are her crushing blows. So you've got this one, which as far as I'm aware doesn't give her a combo. Oh, it does give her a combo. So be careful, basically. With this one, she needs to hit 3 of these, I think it said. I mean, that might be quite tricky to confirm from... I mean, probably in the corner you can get a much better combo from that, but... Yeah, that if she hits... Does it say if she hits 3? If she hits 3 amplified ones, which she could potentially do because it's her main combo ender, so... And it's in the whole match as well, so be careful of that one. Then she's got... If this one hits on a counter hit... Her back 1-1, that knocks you up 2. That's the back 2-2-1-2. So be careful. This is what I mean about... This is why you have to be a little bit afraid of whiffing buttons from this far away. Because even though this is a 19 frame startup, if she does whiff punish you pressing a button, she does get the crushing blow into a full combo. So be careful of that. And then lastly, but not leastly, she gets them on each of her throws. She doesn't get combos off these, but you can see that they actually double the damage of the throws. So, yeah, be careful. If you're tech the wrong way against her, she can potentially do a crushing blow either side. And also, actually, a very important thing you need to be aware of, which I don't really always do, but you definitely need to be aware of it, is her fatal blow is full screen. So, it's very, very, very similar to Erin Black's, in the sense that if you're full screen and she sees you with, I mean, her whole sort of gimmick, I guess, is range, so the back 2 and all that other stuff. But yeah, if you whiff something from too far away, and there's a really weird issue where potentially, I don't know, I think they might have fixed it, but as far as I'm aware, if you try and jump over her and do an attack, it can hit her behind. It's happened to me before, where it actually just comes out of her back. So, yeah, look, full screen, and it is very fast as well. So be very careful. She's got fatal blow, and she's, any distance on the screen, and she catches you whiffing, you're going to catch one of those to the face. So just be very careful about that. So yeah, that's Frost. Not a very complicated character in the sense of she doesn't have many gimmicks and stuff. She's, I guess, like I said, trying to play you from range with back 2, and she might try and keep you out if you're a zony sort of character with the shield and the ice shurikens. But massive, massive, massive gaps in all of her strings, it seems, barring a couple. So just be wary of those, and try and do your best to flawless block them if you can. And if she does commit to certain strings, especially the overhead ones, they're all unsafe, so just try and punish those where you can too. And obviously all her special moves are unsafe, apart from the blade spin. So just be wary of the unamplified blade spin, because that is actually safe. So they, like I said, they're going to try and finish off strings with blade spins to try and keep the pressure up, try and steal their turn back. So just be wary of it. And yeah, that's all from Frost. Thank you very much for watching. As I said, I'm recording this on my stream. So come find me on @SodiumGym on Twitch, twitch.tv/SodiumGym. I stream every day from 10 AM to 3 PM GMT. Hit me up on Twitter if you have any questions or anything, @SodiumGym. And give me a like and subscribe, and let me know if there's anything else that you want to see or in these how to punish videos. But yeah, that's all from me for now. And have a wonderful day and stay salty. Take care, everyone.